Hello guys, today we are discussing a point which are concerned with the electricity and magnetism, and the name of the point is basically Fleming's left hand rule. But here the name of the point which is given in textbook is what? Force acting on a current carrying conductor when it is placed in a magnetic field. What is the name of the point? Force acting on a current carrying conductor when it is placed in a magnetic field. And using this activity we can conclude the two things: what is the Fleming's left hand rule and how the magnetic force act on a current carrying conductor when it is placed in a magnetic field. Let us consider the activity. The activity is on the board. If you observe, this is what the stand. One stand, this is the stand. One stand is used to hold the copper wire. This is the wire, okay? This is what? The copper wire, and through this wire an electricity, there is a flow of electricity. The current will flowing. Second, we have a magnet. This is what the magnet, and to hold the magnet in a particular position we have the another stand. We have another stand. Now if you observe these wires with the help of this stand, and this is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. This is the battery and this is the key, and another end of the wire is connected to the negative end of this battery. Okay, right now there is no flow of current because right now this position of the key is completely, it is off, it is in open state. Now when the key is in open state, the wire which is kept in between these two stands, so there is no any kind of displacement occur. There is no any kind of displacement occur, which is denoted by the figure A. Which is denoted by the figure A. Now when I start the current by switching on the key, now what happened here? As we know, the direction of the flow of the current is just like a conventional current, that is flow from positive terminal of the battery toward the negative. So the current get flow like this, like this, like this, and this is what the strong horseshoe magnet through this like wire, that is called copper wire, the current get flow, it is passing through this magnetic field, and finally it end toward the negative terminal. Now what happen? As we know that when the current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, exactly a kind of force that will be exerted on this copper wire, and that force is called magnetic force. And when we arrange the circuit like the circuit which is shown in the diagram, and when we switch on the key, now the displacement of the wire is towards the positive, toward the right side. Displacement of copper wire is towards the right side. This is shown in figure B. So displacement of the wire toward the right side, the force exerted outward, and wire get displaced in the right direction. Now third experiment, this is the first one, when there is no flow of current, what happened here? Second, when there is a flow of current like as per the diagram given below, what happened here? Now third case, I just interchange the position of this battery, and instead of positive I am using the negative terminal. This is positive, this is negative, again positive. So what I just interchange the terminals of the battery. I connected negative at the left side and positive at the right side. Means what happen here? Of course the flow of current get reverse. The flow of current get reverse. Now the current will flow in reverse direction compared to the previous case. Now after this, what happen here? When again you switch on the key, now you observe that the flow of the displacement of the wire is towards the left side, is toward the inward direction, towards the magnet, that is shown in the figure C. Okay, so these are the directions or the diagrams to show the direction of the copper wire when we are placing in a magnetic field and when there is a flow of the current. When there is no flow of current, diagram A, there is no any kind of displacement occur in the copper wire. When the positive and negative, case number 2, when here this is the positive and right side, if there is a negative terminal of the battery, then there is a flow of current from top to bottom. In that case the displacement is toward the right side, means away from the magnet. It is shown through the diagram B. And last, when we interchange, this is the current case. Negative terminal is on the left hand side. We just interchange the terminals, and positive is at the right side. Then the displacement of the wire, copper wire, is inside towards the magnet, is on left hand side. One more thing, what I observe when you are doing this activity in the laboratory, the displacement of the wire you got maximum when the displacement of the copper wire is maximum when the magnetic field, direction of current, they are perpendicular to each other. Magnetic lines of force means magnetic field and the flow of current, when they are perpendicular to each other, then means if the angle in between these is 90 degree, in that case there is a maximum displacement. If you are taking any angle rather than 90 degree, you got displacement, but that is not maximum output. And we know that if human beings are doing some kind of works, they want maximum output from the whatever the input you have providing. That's why here the Fleming's also left hand rule is based on this, and here also they conclude that this should be perpendicular to each other, and the displacement of the wire is completely zero, or it is called minimum when they are parallel to each other. If all these fields are parallel, you kept magnet and this copper wire parallel to each other, you didn't got any kind of displacement. So in perpendicular, maximum, parallel, minimum, and angle in between these you got displacement, but it is not maximum or the maximum kind of the output you didn't got. Okay, now question arising that why the displacement of the right copper wire is on the right side only, why displacement of the copper wire is left side towards the magnet. It is how it is decided. It is decided by a rule. It is called Fleming's left hand rule. All these things you can verify, cross check using the Fleming's left hand rule. In Fleming's left hand rule, you have to consider three fingers. How many fingers are there? Three fingers. Number one, index finger, second, middle finger, and last, thumb. In index finger and middle finger, these are the inputs to you, and thumb shows output. Are you getting? Here, index finger and middle finger, give you the input, and thumb shows the output. How? Imagine this is what your left hand. This is the left hand. Okay. As per the Fleming's left hand rule, you have to consider the left hand having the three fingers. Number one, index finger. Number two, middle finger, and number three, thumb. Where this index finger shows the direction of magnetic field. Observe, this is strong horseshoe magnet like this, and here the copper wire, the situation is like this. This is what north pole, this is what the south pole, and the wire is like this. This situation is actually it is like this. That's why if you observe north pole and south pole, and we know the properties of magnetic lines of force. What are the properties? Properties of magnetic lines of force are there. They will start from north pole and end at the south pole. It means that index finger shows the direction of magnetic field. It is what? North pole towards the south pole, inside direction like this. If they are moving inward, so this is what the index finger. Getting? Next one. What about the middle finger? It shows direction of current. First case, what is the first case? Here it is positive and here it is a negative. So the direction of flow of current is from top to bottom when it is positive and negative. So the top to bottom there is a flow of current. So if middle finger shows direction of current, it is like this. So this is what? Magnetic lines of force from north to south. This is what? Top to bottom flow of current. And when, what is Fleming's left hand rule? What is Fleming's left hand rule? Consider the left hand of your index finger, middle finger, and thumb in such a way that index finger shows direction of magnetic field, middle finger shows direction of current, then now it is output. Then thumb shows direction of force acting on a conductor. That's why if this index finger is inward, top to bottom flow means downside. That's why thumb indicate the direction of flow of the force acting on a conductor. That's why this term is move outward. That's why secant diagram. In the secant diagram, the wire, copper wire, get moved towards the right side. This is the second case. Now, in the third case, when you interchange here, negative, positive, negative, positive. Now what happened here? always current flow from positive to negative. Now this case where direction of the current is from bottom to top. Remaining like setup is as it is. As per the rules, left hand rule, index finger, direction of magnetic field like this. But this is what direction of magnetic lines of force, that is from north to south, inside. What about the flow of current? Bottom to top. Bottom to top. That's why this term indicates towards the left side. And as per the Fleming's left hand rule, when all they are perpendicular to each other, if index finger shows direction of magnetic lines of force or magnetic field, thumb shows middle finger shows direction of current, that is from bottom to top. Then thumb shows direction of force acting on the conductor. This is the third case. In this case, if you observe, the thumb is towards the left side. That's why the figure C shows left side displacement. And as I told you, the displacement is maximum when they all are perpendicular to each other. So using this activity, we got the two things. Number one, what is Fleming's left hand rule, and number two, how the force acting on a current carrying conductor when it is placed in a magnetic field. So this is what the today's point. And on the basis of Fleming's left hand rule, we have construction and working of electric motor that we discuss in our next video. Okay, thank you.